Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Well, we know that the CIA has been controlling corporate media for decades. That came out in the 70s when those revelations came out during the Church Committee. But now Dr. Udlo Ulfkot, he's the editor of a Frankfurt paper. He says that the CIA routinely plants stories in the establishment media, and this includes stories that are not only untrue, but they've resulted in the death of thousands of people. And he points out some examples of stories that he was ordered to plant in his newspaper over the years, including a story that Libyan President Muammar Gaddafi was building poison gas factories in 2011. There was a bogus chemical weapons stories that were appearing in the media prior to the invasion of Libya. Of course, that ultimately resulted in the death of 30,000 people. And similar fake stories were also used as war propaganda in the lead up to the invasion of Iraq. These were summarily dismissed as intelligence failures. Never forget Nurse Naira. But look at this double standard. On Monday, a former CIA employee, Jeffrey Sterling, was convicted of giving classified information to a New York Times reporter. The leak concerned an effort by the CIA to sabotage plans for an Iranian nuclear reactor. Now, the Attorney General, Eric Holder, said that the disclosures place lives at risk, and get this, he said that they constituted an egregious breach of the public trust by someone who had sworn to uphold it. Oh, the irony. It's maddening there. They say the very things that they are guilty of. But of course, no such criticism was directed at the CIA, which has controlled the corporate media for decades, constantly filling them with the information that they want them to report. And now it's not just the federal government, but it's trickling down to the state level.
I've been to several press conferences, and oftentimes they will tell you what they want you to hear, not so much what you want to know. This could be as simple as just handing you a press release, these are the only topics that we want to talk about, or a politician abruptly leaving the stage after their speech has concluded. So I'm very curious why a governor in Indiana feels the need for his own media outlet. It could be very benign subject matter, such as maybe talking about the Hoosiers, pictures of his family and friends hanging out with the constituents at barbecues and so forth. But is it unethical for somebody to use taxpayer funds to promote themselves in a positive light? Governor Mike Pence is starting a state-run taxpayer-funded news outlet that will make pre-written news stories available to Indiana media, as well as sometimes break news about his administration, according to documents obtained by the Indianapolis Star. The news service has 2 dedicated employees whose combined salary is nearly $100,000, according to a search of the state employees' salary data. Another journalist put it this way: Mike Pence's horrible idea. In recent months, the administration has hired staff, including a former journalist. They have written test stories and quietly worked toward the launch date. And this is just in news media. This is the organization that wants to launch the news outlet, and I do believe it's going to start up pretty soon. And for all the previously mentioned reasons, yes, this does concern me, but it's not just in Indiana. We see via the FCC, the government is controlling a lot of what you see on mainstream television. In 2014, the FCC commissioner lifted a lid on a shocking White House proposal that would put researchers in the newsroom with reporters, editors, and station owners to find out how they decided which stories to run with. It's very shocking indeed, and yes, I do believe that will lead to media censorship, people being intimidated by constantly having somebody looking over their shoulder. And let us not forget that the CIA will now openly propagandize Americans. That's an article from 2013 by Kurt Nimmo. And we'll end tonight with this. The government has promised to stop lying because of sites like the Drudge Report. And to anybody skeptical that the government would ever lie or purposely withhold information, take a look at this clip from the Department of Defense. You can find more reports on Infowars.com.
Looking to the broader military community, all leaders must understand the role of the press and the importance of working with the media. And we cannot hide our bad news stories. Bad news gets out one way or the other, and we must come to terms with telling the bad stories as well as the good. When bad things happen, the American people should hear it from us, not as a scoop on the Drudge Report. Unlike many fine red wines, bad news does not get better with age.
Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive Infowars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift and is tailor-made to boost your New Year's resolutions. Supplies of Secret 12 are very limited. Secure yours today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.